biggest misconception of me is that I'm actually a female singer. You know, and when people hear me sing, I can't even count the amount of radio presenters and people who come to me at shows who like, don't take this the wrong way, like, because I love your music, I love your voice, but before I saw you in the video, I thought it was a woman singing that song. So I would say that's probably the biggest misconception. But I get it, you know. I sing falsetto a lot, so yeah, it's just a good job that music videos exist. I don't have actually any vices in terms of, you know, things that you consume. Maybe just, I think sugar. Sugar is my drug. Like I'm always going on about I'm like vegan one day and I'm trying to do healthy and eat vegetables, but then as soon as there's like a cheesecake or a tub of ice cream, or I have no willpower, like, and I will eat. And I won't just buy one, I will buy like all of them. And so I'd say maybe like being a perfectionist, if that can be a vice. I think sometimes it can be a vice, you know. It's trying to get everything 100%. I'm trying to learn to settle, to get things that like be happy with 95%, you know, and move on. You know, I do put a lot of pressure on myself, particularly with the music. But again, you know, I think my problem is that I'll do the most of the work and get the feeling there and everything's right, but then I'll agonize over the last 3%, you know, the last 4 or 5% or something of finishing it. And that's really the percentage that not a lot of people even notice. And even in a couple of years' time is the kind of thing that I might not even notice anymore. So I'm just trying to learn to as long as I can get it to 95%, I know that I've achieved it, and then, you know, don't agonize, don't delay things for that final 5%, you know, just kind of keep the vibe going and push it out. My biggest concerns with what's going on in the world, I mean, it's an endless list. You know, I feel like every time I go online, there's something, and, you know, there's injustices both for people and different countries and, you know, for the environment. I'm very passionate about that, and animal welfare, and just the general karma of the human race on this planet, you know, is something that lies quite heavily on my heart. I just think, even aside from the specific issues, I just think there's a lot of energy being directed in the wrong places, you know, and a lot of it is the human race's fault. So, you know, I think politically, both in the UK, Europe, and in the US, you know, there seems to be there's this wave of like, from the right, kind of, I guess, you know, I'm not really a political artist, I would say, but I do feel like what's happening is giving way to a way of thinking that should be gone by now, that should be past, you know, and hopefully it's just a wave and it kind of subsides and then, you know, it levels out again. That's my hope. You know, it's definitely a strange time, and I guess that's one of the things that makes me slightly uneasy in the US. But again, the music is my relief, you know, and I feel like getting out and playing and seeing all these people coming together, it just shows, you know, there's no reason why people can't be united like that, and everyone can look at their similarities as opposed to their differences, you know. So music always gives me hope when I'm feeling kind of like down about that stuff. You know, I wouldn't say people give me a hard time for being a white artist making soulful music. Not that I've experienced anyway. I think particularly in America, the climate of, you know, I guess cultural appropriation and stuff like that, it's a sensitive subject, and I very much understand it. I like to think that what I do is not appropriation, because I feel like appropriation is taking something and taking it somewhere else and selling it and doing, you know, taking it away from what it is, and that's not my intention. You know, I'm here, I want to contribute to the genre, contribute to the scene, you know. And if you come to my shows, you'll see it's not a room full of white kids, you know, very far from it. So for me, it's more about contributing to it and adding to it and adding something of value, and not degrading it, not watering it down, you know, which I think does happen in pop music. You know, not naming any names, but there are definitely instances where, you know, hip hop or R&B or soul is kind of taken and just there's no soul in it anymore. There's no emotion in it. There's no authenticity. So that's one thing that I try and stay away from, and hopefully that's why, you know, people are rocking with me to some degree.